Hello and welcome to another episode of the Never Wears podcast. I'm your host, Tom Brown. Today, or I should say right now, I am joined by just Tim because Jack's family eats at 8:30 at night for some reason. It's
That's crazy.
absolutely absurd. Tim, well, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I have no jokes to make. We're just in a bad place. We weren't planning on doing this, but we had to emergently gather up, as Doc McStuffins would say. And Jaylen Brown got traded to the Sixers like an hour ago. But Jaylen Brown got traded to the Sixers for Paul George, two first round picks and two second round picks. This sucks. This is awful. Nothing is good about this.
Do you, I'm a glass half full guy.
You come on
Is
here and
this,
you portray yourself that way.
is this, setting something else up? Like, they didn't cut any money. They just got a
I
7-year older, worse player. And
Yeah.
the Sixers are going to be good. So those picks
So
are going to be useless in 2 years.
this is what I'm like as at first I'm like it's shock. And you're like, what am I reading? And then you start taking a step back and you're like, okay, so this specific team embarrassed you, came back from a 3-1 deficit and knocked you out of the playoffs to where you started thinking, okay, maybe this doesn't work, although we're 2 years removed from a championship. So that team
And
that
your best player
embarrasses
tore
you,
his Achilles the next year, and you
right,
didn't have him.
they they embarrass you. And then you make them better by giving them Jaylen Brown to now be the second option behind Maxey. They have VJ Edgecombe. They still have Embiid, but I and you get Paul George, as you mentioned, 7 years older. He's going into like his 14th year. He's expensive as fuck, and he doesn't play.
I I can't wrap my head around it. It
Now,
can't be the last move.
that's what I was just going to say. You and I aren't going to sit here and say that we understand the salaries and the aprons and flipping guys and I just I don't I don't get it. I just there's there's no upside to this deal because now this team that you have their picks, as you alluded to, just got better and they may have worse picks than you
And
in drafts.
it can't be not that the Celtics weren't worried about the salary. They
No,
just
they
gave
didn't. It
him this
wasn't
contract.
there. I just don't know if there's something with their trade exception and
But
there's a
nobody ever
team that's
used like
like,
the
what?
I guess I don't know enough about the trade exception, but isn't that if you send a player out or take a player back with a bigger salary or something, you get it? Like these are equivalent salaries.
No, I think you can you just have more flexibility against the cap or the aprons. I don't I don't I I'm just
I just don't
it,
get it. I don't get
I,
it.
the reason there it seems like there has to be another move is you got worse and made your your biggest conference rival better.
What's the other
I
move? Everybody's been moved.
I don't know. I have no idea. And all I can think of is this was Jaylen Brown after everything, it's like told his representatives, told people like, "Hey, listen, they get me out of there." Because you know what he doesn't have now? He doesn't have his own team. Embiid is Embiid and is going to get hurt and he's going to foul bait, which that's a whole interesting thing because he called him out on his Twitch stream. But it's Maxey's team. Maxey is awesome. Maxey is terrifying. Maxey's a incredible player.
Yeah.
I just so it wasn't he didn't go somewhere to have his own team. He didn't go to the Hawks or Portland to be like the top guy because he is Not the top guy, however you want to view Embiid, but definitely behind Maxi.
You think so? I mean, I think they're him and Maxi are probably equivalent.
Yeah, sure, but I'm just
They're
saying,
closer
like,
than the would I would say they're closer than Tatum and Brown were, skill
yeah,
wise.
I mean that in terms of like Maxi's this all NBA superstar on the team already. So like he didn't
Yep.
go to like the team where it's like, okay, build around Jaylen Brown. Now you get the option or the luxury to have both of them. And then when Embiid is healthy, he's still good enough. He
I just don't like. I understand that maybe Jaylen Brown said he wanted to be traded, and if it's contentious like that, you don't you trade him to the Western Conference so you don't have to play him till the finals,
I
or
you
just
just
send him to the What happened in the Trey Murphy trade or that weird Pelicans rumored trade? I'd rather that.
yeah, I don't understand. What I don't understand is how is this your best deal?
So Jaylen
If
Brown's
this is your best deal,
29,
hold on to Jaylen Brown.
right? Figure it out. Do it in the middle of the season. Something.
No, just don't don't trade the guy if this is your best deal. The drop
Yeah, but
off
if
from
he's saying he's not
Giannis,
gonna,
a
yeah.
potential Giannis trade to getting Paul George and two firsts, which could be very good, very bad picks.
Well, they're gonna be bad picks. T 28, so that's 2 years. Jaylen Brown's entering his prime at 29. Maxi's 25. Edgecomb's 20.
Yeah, Tim, you don't have to tell me.
I just don't.
It's it's unreal. It's just
And like
I
I thought this
there's
week, like a lot of dumb things. Like I thought, like it kind of seemed like you were playing 2K with the
yeah,
trades,
the
like the
things
big
people were
name
throwing
trades,
out.
and but like Kawhi getting traded, Lonzo getting traded, all these moves. But I wasn't. This is the worst trade. This is worse than the Lonzo trade. I
What
I don't I
you mean,
can't.
Lamelo?
Yeah, I just can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah,
When you texted, we
there's
need to record tonight, I knew instantly that Jaylen Brown had been traded. And I went to Google it and I was like excited. I was like, oh, I wonder what it is. And then I read it and I laughed. I was like,
yeah.
this isn't real. A
What's the
36-year-old
trade?
Paul George.
I
And
don't I don't know. Like, is
he
this
was
the new
suspended
owner?
for what, 30, 30 something games last year for some sort of PED usage.
PED usage that if you looked into the dark annals of X.com, it might have been ketamine, but I
Okay.
don't want to speculate.
He also averaged 10 or 12 less points a game than Jaylen Brown.
Oh, he is not as good of a player as Jaylen Brown. It's just I at one point he was all NBA. He was a great player.
You know when
Six-time
that
all
was?
NBA.
10
Um, well, yeah, so in
when he was
2023,
26.
24, he played 74 games. But, you look at these since the 1920 season, he he's played 48, 54, 31, 56, then that 74 game season, 41, 37. He's not durable.
And he
He's
has 2 years left. So it's not like an expiring.
yeah, he has a player option. So it kind of is an expiring, but yeah, I don't see him doing
It's
that.
probably
I
for
don't see him
$60
opting
million.
out. Yeah, it's so there's so much to speculate with this. And the first is, did ownership have a hand in it? New owner came in, but the thing is I don't think you can say that because he he took on a similar salary. So it's not, you're not saving tons of money. And
No.
then there's the stupid rumors that float around that are him and Tatum didn't like each other, which have never been confirmed by anyone. Absolutely
And also,
no one
I
has
mean,
ever said that. Um, so
you also
George
don't have to
is
like each other.
no, you don't. You won a championship together, you can do it. 54 million this year, 56 next, and Brown is 57, 61, 64. So if you want to get technical, you saved money. I just don't
Yeah, but
want to do that
I
because you
don't,
got rid of a guy that was second team All NBA.
when you look at NBA salaries, and I understand, yeah, you just opened up 5 million to add to another contract next year, but not if Paul George takes his
Player
player
option.
option.
Yeah.
It's not like you have $60 million. And who is there some big free agent that nobody knows about next year that
I
you're
don't
going like
it as as we've said, Jack is joining us. He's going to get himself together here. Oh, Jack from the car.
Yeah, I'm in the car.
Where'd you
I don't have AC in my house, so I'm in the car.
so
is that
so
why you
you're
hate
going to
dinner
just
so
drive
late?
around and do this?
Yeah, that's right. I'm going over to the dispensary to drown my fucking sorrows because the Celtics just nuked their chance at a champion. Completely and utterly destroyed their team.
Can you at least turn your phone sideways? Do you have one of those little phone things?
You
Deal with
should
it,
really
Tom.
pay attention to the road.
I'm paying attention to the road. I'm not looking at your
Um,
ugly ass shirt.
hey,
What color is it?
I don't know. Tie dye.
that's okay. Listen, I didn't trade Jaylen Brown, and my 3-year-old daughter helped me do this. I think you should take that back.
Well,
Um,
is she on? Get her on.
no, she is
I'll
asleep,
tell her.
thankfully. So why don't you
It
keep your
looks
voice down,
great.
even though I have headphones in? No, Jack.
Oh my God.
What we want to,
Where were you
so
guys?
what
Were you
we had
guys coming
said,
on the opposite side of me?
Yeah,
what what we
You
had
guys think it's a
said.
good deal?
I'm a huge PG-13 guy.
Yeah.
No, so Jack, we are wondering, and but we don't, we said we're no gurus here.
Mm.
Do
Pronouncing that right.
is there another move because you straight up made your biggest conference rival better and you're worse, and I I don't no, we don't
It's
get it.
neat.
We just don't get it.
Well, to answer that,
You know what I think we got going on there? Some bad service in the woods of Boylston.
did I cut out?
The
Yeah,
whole
you
thing.
cut out.
Am I cutting out?
Why don't you just
Well,
pull into St. Mary's and record?
you can't get in trouble
Yeah.
in St. Mary's. It's a church.
Listen, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm, well, there's no move that makes the Sixers worse at this point.
Oh no, I was
Like
talking about the Boston Celtics.
they can't. They Yeah, I don't know. The last time, and I got shit for this at the time, and it turns out I was right. I know we're not doing that segment today, but the last time they made a move like this around this time of year was when they got Gordon Hayward. And I remember thinking, that's not enough. They've paired Gordon Hayward with, at the time, Isaiah Thomas. And then they eventually made the move to bring Kyrie in. And it looked on paper better than it turned out, obviously. But something that helped that team, a very young Jaylen Brown. They probably are going to make another move here, but not one to bring in a top 10 NBA player who was second team All NBA last season, a season that everybody had written off before it started until Jaylen Brown carried them the entire way.
So
Also finished
basically,
sixth in MVP.
Yeah. So he's
is
more than a top 10 player. That's being like right outside the top five if you go by last year's MVP rankings.
basically this is like, oh, if we weren't good last year, everything would be fine. We would have just been like, oh, what do you call it? A gap year, and we're gonna add pieces and run it back. But because they were good and lost in the first round, it was okay, this isn't working. I just don't get any of the logic.
Oh, yeah. There, I don't, I mean, I cannot wait for the Sam Kennedy esque explanation that's going to come from Celtics owners. It has to be a financially motivated move, right?
They make the same amount of money.
Yeah, but Jaylen Brown, I think, has more years on his contract with Paul George. And
He does, yeah.
if you're trying to say like, oh, we're gonna dump Paul George because we know somebody wants him for more picks, then you're throwing away, you're leveraging Jason Tatum's healthy in quotes future to get money off your books, which is a real bad way to run a team.
Right.
Yeah.
So we were wondering if this is new ownership being coming in and being cheap, which isn't usually the case. They're usually kind of like, oh, let's make some splashy deal, but this isn't splashy.
Well,
There's
it is splashy.
It's the wrong kind of splashy. It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely splashy.
I don't get any part of it. I'm not, I need days to happen to see what else, what other roster moves. I don't want the whole thing to be, oh, watch this cool thing we're going to do. Let's sign LeBron on a league minimum. I don't want that. I hope he
Big
goes and
team would be better.
ring chases with
just
the Heat
just
or something.
just threw up in my mouth a little bit at the suggestion of
Yeah.
that.
I don't think LeBron would go to the Celtics for the league minimum.
No, I
I
think
mean,
he's
even
saying,
the thought of it makes me physically ill to watch a 40-year-old and a 36-year-old go in as three of the five to start the game. I'm not sure where he slots in to the starting five, even. I mean, you could say Jaylen Brown filled your wing combo guard, whatever it's called now. It's not a two, but Paul George plays the exact same style and position as Jason Tatum,
Just
I,
worse.
just slower
so
and older.
this is the thing. This is what I can't sit here and assume that the Celtics are going to go into October with this as their roster, because if us three chumps that we're the never it's in our name, know this. Brad Stevens knows this too. So this is why I said to Tim earlier, there had to be a ownership or Jaylen Brown in his representation being like, we're this has to you would move him. Like, I don't want to play here, which you can say tough shit, you're under contract, but we know that doesn't work out. So some other factor here has to be behind this.
That's fair if that is what happened, but there has to be a better offer.
So I don't think it's fair at this point. If that's the case, let it get to a public. Jaylen Brown goes on Twitter and says, fucking trade me. I'm not playing in Boston. Let
I
it
agree.
get there and you can control your narrative there. That doesn't make sense to do it when it's just the representation reaching out and being like, hey, man, we don't want to make this a big deal, but Jaylen Brown's not going to play here next year. Bullshit. Like, make that known and control yourself because you got to control the spin. Tom, you're a PR guy.
Yeah, you're a big PR guy. What's up with this
Yeah,
heat, Tom?
well,
Yeah,
no.
spin the heat,
So,
Tom.
well, what you're saying is you're not gonna miss games. Like, if it's his representation, you're gonna be like, okay, we'll look for something, and then they're gonna be asking you what you're thinking in late September, and you're like, yeah, we're shopping you, and then this isn't like football. Like you're not gonna hold out. No one,
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
very
think,
little basketball holdouts.
yeah, no one holds out in basketball.
Well,
But
that's
that's because
because
they get what they want, like this.
and well, yes and no. I mean, the season's not 16 games. One game in football means a hell of a lot more than 1 week in basketball in October.
Yeah,
Um, but like, and they also do get what they want. But at the same time, if you're the Celtics, and who knows, there might be a move that happens in 2 weeks that was like, oh, this makes sense. It's going to have to be a hell of a move,
Yeah.
but well, it's just it's smacked of Mookie Betts, Tom. It
oh, I've
just
been thinking, I've been staring out a rainy window with my head pressed against the glass, thinking of Mookie Betts since this happened. It's not raining here, but you can see it happening. Um,
metaphorically.
it it 100% screams that, and that's not saying that the Sixers are going to go off and win 3 out of the next 6 Worlds or NBA championships like Mookie Betts did, but you traded a guy in his prime, possibly for financial reasons,
Who was one
to
of the best players in the league, just like
right,
Mookie. But I mean, to a division rival, which doesn't make that's another
that
part that doesn't make any sense. My initial
right.
reaction to the text when it all happened, I said, I don't know if it was in our group or another group, I said, well, at least they didn't trade him to a place that he can directly shove it in your face multiple times a year.
Right. This is why the big picture to me has to be bigger. Like you don't just straight up like forget the picks because as Tim mentioned at the beginning, Jack, before you logged on, those aren't going to be good picks because the Sixers are
No, because
good.
the Sixers are good
And
and
that's
young.
why
Oh yeah,
yes,
much younger.
Brown's the oldest one of them.
Yeah, maybe what is he older than Embiid or a couple years or around the same time as Embiid? How I don't know
He's
how old
younger than
Embiid is.
Embiid, but
Yeah,
he's 29. Maxi's
but he's
25.
older than Giovanni Broom or and Tyrese Maxey, not Giovanni Broom, Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe.
Yep.
Um, so I just don't understand it in the least.
That's the Sixers thing
They
is
beat
the
you three
biggest
to one in
wrinkle
the
in this.
playoffs and then steal your best player.
That's what I said that to Tim earlier. And this is, and it's the way you look at it, it's a 1-for-1, and you did worse. That's
Yeah,
why right here at 9 o'clock at night on Canada Day, I am just not going to believe that this is the end of their moves.
well, whatever it is, whatever you want to, whatever you have to do to lay that head on the pillow tonight, Tom. Uh,
I
it's the
I'll,
end of Jaylen Brown being a Celtic, which
it's
again is a Celtic forced error. That you say like unforced error in sports. This is an unforced error,
Mhm.
not era. Um, they put him out there in the Giannis talk, which okay. I think we all talked about it. Like we all like Jaylen Brown. He might be a better fit with Tatum than Giannis. But if it's for Giannis, yeah, you got to pull the trigger. This is not that. And if it's because he was pissed you offered him for Giannis, then you've made your bed. And instead of just going through a season with a one of your stars being upset, you've just traded him and made your team considerably worse while at the same time making the 7 seed in the playoffs last year considerably better than you.
The Athletic just reported that the Sixers are interested in LeBron James.
I mean, that makes a ton of sense. Him going to either Miami or back to Miami or to Philly. Oh my God, LeBron in Philly. Ooh, that's something I could really get behind.
I mean,
Not liking.
if that happened, obviously this is just like a report that they're showing interest in him. Talk about a guy that we loved to root against when we were much younger. And then he goes and he joins the Heat in a way that pissed everyone off. And then
He took his talents there.
Right. Goes back to Cleveland, still a guy to root against because he went back once they got a couple first round picks. Those envelopes might have been cold. And then he goes to the Lakers. And if he ends his career with the 76ers, it's like
To ring
you can
chase because they just got the Celtics all NBA player.
I it's a I you could tell me any argument about his stats in his career and it's like it doesn't matter. I don't like him. He doesn't exist to me. Like
Yeah. I mean,
Not to shift gears here, but we are all in agreement that Jaylen Brown's better than Kawhi Leonard at this point in time.
yes.
yeah.
Kawhi Leonard went for 3 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks and 2 players that are younger than Paul George.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of
Kawhi,
bang
I
in the
will
name for
say
Paul George.
I Kawhi is a sexier name. And if you get like last year, he was awesome, but so was Jaylen Brown. And Jaylen Brown's younger, and Jaylen Brown plays 75 plus games a year.
Mhm.
Kawhi doesn't.
Right, but the picks are better.
Well,
It's
you know who
31
doesn't
and
play?
33. Like
How many
Yeah,
the
games?
Raptors are probably going to be bad then because Kawhi's going to retire.
Yeah, right.
true.
That's a great point, Tim. And
That is very
Tom,
true.
2028,
just
the Sixers are going to be awesome in 2028. The
Yeah.
second year
Why?
of them
Because
together, like
Maxey will be in his
I mean,
absolute prime. Jaylen Brown will still be in it, and Edgecombe will have 3 years experience under his belt.
entering his prime.
and Embiid's probably gone. They get a big man that is
Well, yeah.
reliable. Like they're going to have money because Embiid's going to be gone. This is just
So, Tom, how many games did Jaylen Brown play last year?
Um, I can pull that up for you. I got basketball
I
reference right
thought you
here.
had it up. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. It's probably, if I had to guess, 71.
If you had to guess, or is that the number?
That's the number. It was on, yeah.
Because that puts Paul George's total games played in the last 2 years only 6 ahead of Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, I mean, we don't
I
have.
don't know if you guys have touched on the injury part of it yet,
we
but Paul
did.
George.
Tom went through since 2020.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Paul George does not play games.
No, and I, like you said, Jack, I'm trying to get myself to be able to go to sleep tonight because I have to wake up and be a functioning parent and adult tomorrow. So I can't just be laying in bed like I did when Mookie Betts was traded. I was not a responsible adult nor a parent at that
Well, you
time.
didn't. You
And
didn't. I don't think you were a parent. Yeah.
no, I was neither of those things. And I just
Yeah.
stewed for like a week. And you know what? Every bit of stewing was right to stew about.
Yeah.
He has won 3 World Series since then. But
I think you're gonna. I mean this. I know the Knicks had like a really really strong run, but then the Celtics got Mitchell Robinson today, and you're thinking to yourself like, "Wow, that's a really good team."
Yep.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
and then you just yank that rug. Brad Stevens comes over and he's just like, "Hey, nice rug," and we get that, and just yanks it out.
Maybe
I
they're
just don't.
counting on Mitchell Robinson to pick up the Jaylen Brown slack.
Yeah, I don't think Mitchell Robinson is a 30-point a night guy.
Oh, maybe he just hasn't gotten the ball.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get it with a healthy Tatum.
So the unless the only thing I can think of is some guy, some team out there is like, we're looking to start over. Like, why don't we take on Paul George's expiring and give the Celtics something? I'm again trying to justify anything.
Is it a top
Yeah.
15 player? Because I find that hard to believe. They seem like they're pretty accounted for.
Yeah, they usually just get you lock those up, and when you draft, it naturally develop. 2, you really just kind of catch lightning in a bottle. I never really thought like the Giannis thing we've already addressed. Like, okay, yes, that's a reason to break them up. Paul George in 4 picks, including 2 seconds, is not a reason to break it up.
No.
They figured out the NBA structured their salary cap so teams could have 2 supermax guys on it, and they blew it. To think their championship window was closed after last season just because they had that ugly series against the Sixers is very silly and not the time to rebuild and blow it up. It's just not that, unless it's with a player of Jaylen Brown's caliber or better, and it's not 7 years ago.
I'm out of words. I've said everything I can. And actually, like you mentioned earlier, the Mitchell Robinson signing, I was like, okay, I hated that guy in those, not like him personally, or
Sure. I
how
know
I
what you're
feel
meaning.
about Embiid. I know, but like not like Embiid or LeBron or things like that, guys like that. It was Jesus Christ, why is Mitchell Robinson getting every rebound and tapping everything and blocking? He destroyed the Celtics. So when they signed him today, I was like, thank you. If anything, he's just not going to play against them. And all those vibes, the vibes were high. One more day of work, then get a 3-day weekend. Someone's got a 40th birthday celebration. And listen, I might not make it.
America's older than 40.
You're not going to make it now?
I don't think I can. I'm going to be vigorously refreshing x.com to
I got internet. But
no AC though.
No AC, that's why we're in the car.
I
wish this place we had a sponsorship with so I could mention it because the lighting is pretty good.
It's not bad. Wait, you were driving? Did you go down Cross Street or School Street?
I went down Cross, but Tim made a great point about the service was going to cut out.
So then you went down
fast.
East Temple, banged a left. Are you at a gas station that used to be Deep Pilatos?
No, the other one. It used to be the
mobile.
Oh.
And I just pulled it. I just banged a U right on Cross. Pulled the e-brake.
Oh, good. That's nothing is going to surprise me now.
It doesn't. Okay, so back to it not making any sense.
So in the past 6 years, guys, we have seen Tom Brady win a Super Bowl with another team.
Oh my!
But Mookie Betts win 3 World Series.
Yeah.
Do you think the Sixers can win a world championship with Jaylen Brown?
So that's what I was getting to. That's the point I was getting to before I went down the Mitchell Robinson Boulevard there. The Sixers are probably going to be the favorites, at least in the East, to win the NBA championship. And I mean,
I think the Knicks will start as the favorite. Well, it's actually
they lost Mitchell Robinson, and
we do have the ability to look this up. Keep talking.
I mean, that's it. They're probably. I mean, it's probably up to the minute, but that is just it to make them better after they really embarrassed you, going down 3-1, and coming back again. I don't think the blame can be placed squarely on Jaylen Brown there. I think Jason Tatum was exceptionally sloppy in that series. Paul George was actually very good in that series. And Derek White had a bad series. Like, it wasn't all Brown. I mean,
Mazzulla had a bad series.
I don't think Mazzulla had a very bad series. I don't think the move was play based, right? It has to be. I'd respect it more if they said he came to us and said he didn't want to play, so we moved him to avoid a problem. But it doesn't sound like that was the case. So it's just financially motivated. And again, I really think it's not even a step back. Like, you've straight up taken yourself to a mid team.
The thing I just So like the Mookie trade, because honestly, we just have to keep bringing this up. That's so relevant here. The thing I hated was they didn't get anything back. And in the moment, you were like, this is not enough for him. Now,
No,
my
you
biggest,
still say that now.
yes, my thing I'm saying about this trade is I'm upset that Jaylen Brown is not going to be on the Celtics anymore. But the thing that kicks me in the nuts over and over and over, every time I think of it, is you just made the Sixers better. They're not only like conference, they're like in your division. And I know divisions don't matter in the NBA, but this is this is just it's like blasphemous to do that with this team.
I mean, uh, it sounds terrible to say, but as I get older, approaching my 40th year, um,
So old.
kind of rooting for Brown, not the Sixers, but kind of rooting for Brown to somewhat shove it in their face a little bit.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what's going on here, but it seems the finals winner on DraftKings right now, the Celtics are plus 1100 and the Sixers are plus
That couldn't
2200.
that
I don't
couldn't have
know if
been updated.
that's
I don't. That's not up to the dates
they
right
have
there.
the Celtics fourth and the Sixers fifth.
Do you guys know who Bobby Marks is?
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's the guy that said
That's
Jaylen
a
Brown was
Jaylen
like
Brown,
this.
the ninth player on the off the bench on a rotation.
He said that he
Um,
was the seventh best player on their team based off his what an analytics person told him.
yeah, that's probably why he got all those minutes. But
Mm-hmm.
I just,
And second team all NBA.
it does feel like maybe Brad Stevens. You said Brad Stevens knows this. If we know it, Brad Stevens knows it, right? But there are a lot of people in the NBA who undervalue Jaylen Brown for some reason, and a ton of them live in this area of the country and call themselves Celtics fans. I don't know. Obviously, you don't miss your water, Tom, to quote Johnny Blue Skies, when you have a guy like Tatum there too. But you're going to see, we said before last season, we're going to see how good Jaylen Brown was. And he proved it really good.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're going to see how much you're going to miss that playing next to Tatum.
I am the Red Sox stink. The Patriots should be good. Maybe not the same as last year. Right now, I'm looking
14 wins
deep,
after looking at the schedule.
deep into the future, and I'm already so mad at how slow the Celtics will play with Tatum.
Got no
Just,
pace.
I just Brown was the guy that would be like, let's go on the fast break, let's get to the hoop, and that played a little part in what hurt them against the Sixers was they
And
kind
just
of
sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
no, they fell out of what had made them pretty damn good all year, and it was they started slowing things down and doing a lot of matchup hunting, and I'm spiraling, as they say.
And I mean, I hate to add to your spiral. I'm going to give you one more whirl around, but
Yeah.
he's also the one of the two stars the Celtics had who is not coming off of Achilles surgery in an
Yep.
unprecedented monthly comeback. So again, none of it makes any sense. And again, whatever move they have to say after, like, this is why we did it. Also, it's a big spot on your roster to fill with a player of that caliber that you have under contract and locked up. And the only reason he may be upset with you and the way you run your team is because you offered him in a trade.
All right. Well, I don't
They
know if
signed
there's
Mike
any.
Conley.
Yeah, I don't think we have
Yeah,
to belabor this anymore. We'll see. Hopefully, by the time we record next time, they've made another deal and we can be a little more optimistic. I had a whole fun plan. I was going to offer to you guys to do like rank your top 3 or 5 favorite summer blockbusters. I had like this whole fun summer thing to do, which we can still do
Oh
because
yeah.
maybe we just won't talk about sports anymore. We'll shift to a lifestyle and movies podcast.
Oh, there
And
we go.
You want to
We'll
talk
I
be
think
lifestyle?
like we'll be like Ringer, but not successful.
that's my goal is to be just like them, but we haven't been successful in that. They kind of have all the right pieces, and we're missing those.
Yeah, I don't know. I think more podcasts where we're fired up about dumb moves
All
is
right,
the way to
as a
go.
parting gift for the fans,
It's
I want
Independence Day, by the way.
oh really?
hate to ruin it, but yeah, of course. That's the summer blockbuster.
Um, what what would you give a letter grade, Tim?
What letter grade would I give myself?
No, the Celtics on this trade.
I'm gonna go with an F if I had to
Jack?
throw a letter on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with an F too. I mean, the chances you draft the next LeBron are pretty slim in the
Well, you're
two
not doing it in
Especially
the
in the
20s.
high
in the
first round
29th
pick.
spot. Um, all right, yeah, I'd say F. This is terrible. This
Is there
nothing.
worse? Could we say like you got dropped from the class? Is that worse than getting an F?
They
You
called your
have to re
parents. Well, I'm calling Brad Stevens' mom, and I'm saying, is everything okay?
um it's just this is just sitting there ready to just take a nice seat next to the Mookie trade is just something I think about for 5 years before I stop talking about it. And
Oh, why? Because
Mookie's
they're
getting
gonna play him 25 times over the course of that.
that's
5 years, yeah. Pending, that's probably not even including a playoff series. Where if that happens and he beats you in the playoffs, which is a very real thing that may happen, that's going to make it even worse than F word. G.
Right. Like when they're the 3 seed and you're the 6 seed.
No kidding.
uh, just I we shouldn't have done this. Um,
I think it was good to get some stuff out. Otherwise, class would have
it's
been real
this
weird tomorrow. I would have been yelling at the other students.
what I all right. Goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Tom. Bye, Tim.
Bye.